How was Christmas with the fam? Well, it was wonderful. So as you know, I had to jump into emergency Christmas spirit gear. We had a Christmas emergency because my brother was coming to my house with his 2-year-old child and wife. And I was extremely excited about that, but also I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a child at my house on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Like, this means that we need maximum Christmas spirit in here. Like, we can't just half-ass it, okay? Like, so I jumped into action, and Sally, I haven't even had my coffee yet, and you're gonna act like this in the chat. And it was so magical. I did such a good job. I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I did. I brought the Christmas spirit. There was this little kid. We had so much fun together. Okay. We made a gingerbread house. We went to the zoo. Santa came, put out the cookies and milk for Santa. The next morning, I'm like, oh, Santa took a bite out of the cookies. Yeah, like, who ate the cookies? And little boy, he's like, Santa did not finish his food. I'm like, yeah, I guess he didn't. He needs to learn how to do that. This little kid is so adorable. Oh my God. So adorable. He's like learning about T-Rex and pterodactyls and dinosaurs, and he likes trucks and stuff. Oh my God. I was just like, oh my God, passing out from the cuteness of this little boy. I spent a lot of time with him, playing and talking about stuff. I took him to the beach, and he saw the ocean, and he has such a tiny little voice. Yeah, the little roars. Yes, because I'd be like, are you gonna eat your vegetables like a T-Rex? And he'd be like, yeah, a T-Rex. And I'm like, what does the T-Rex say? He's like, rah. So freaking cute. We were walking into a restaurant, and he had this T-Rex hand puppet. And as we're walking, you know, there's a sidewalk, and there's bushes all the way towards the front of the restaurant. And he's like grabbing at all the bushes with his little hand puppet of the T-Rex face, because he knows T-Rex eats the vegetables. So he's getting ready for that. Oh my God, he's so freaking adorable. So freaking cute. We're in the car, and we could see the ocean. He'd be like, ocean. There's the ocean. He's so smart. Yes. I was very proud. And we took him to the zoo, and at the end there was a gift shop. And this little kid, he found this tiger truck. It's like a truck, but it has the head of a tiger. And he was not gonna let it go. And he walked off by himself. I was watching him, but I watched him walk to the cash register and put the toy truck on the counter by himself. I'm like watching from a distance, like, okay, I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. He puts it up, and he's just looking at the cashier like, well, I'm pretty sure this is how this works. Like, I give you the truck, you give it back to me, and then I can leave. What truck? I had to go find my brother. I'm like, hey, your kid is trying to check out right now, like, but he doesn't have money. He's 2 years old. And my brother was like, oh, I don't know if we should get that. I mean, he's got so many trucks already. But I absolutely, as his aunt, who's gonna be spoiling the crap out of him, could not let him leave the gift shop without that truck. There's no way he was gonna leave without that truck. Yes, exactly. I'm like, oh, I think he's gonna get the truck. I mean, what's one more truck? I think that he really wants it. And look how cute he is. I think that he really needs it. He's so adorable. He knows about he knows about Streamer Millions. Yeah, he's no one could say I couldn't say no to that. I don't know. No one warned me that being the weird uncle at Christmas sneaks up on you. Actually, I have an uncle who I've seen at Christmas who, well, actually I saw him at Thanksgiving. I didn't see him for Christmas. But I do have an uncle who is a big Twitch enjoyer, like is a big Twitch watcher. And he knows like all the streamer drama. He knows way more about streamer drama than I do. He's asking me all this shit about like big streamer stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't, how do you know more about this than me? Why are you asking me about streamer drama? Like I go out of my way to avoid that shit. And you're asking me this. Yeah, it's nice to be that carefree. Kid doesn't know about taxes yet. I know, he's so precious. He's so pure. Zeiss! Zeiss, why are you like this? But also, thank you for the 75-month resub. 75-month resub from Zeiss means I've heard at least 75 resub messages just like that one. Thorgal, thank you for subbing. Nick, thank you for the 4-month resub. Shadow Wolf Fireheart, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. My dad was Santa this year for his brother's grandkids, and it was so precious. Oh yeah, so oh my god, this little kid is so freaking cute. On my Christmas tree, most of my ornaments are like woodland creatures. That's the vibe I went for. So I have like little stuffed foxes and raccoons and deer and rabbit, of course, hedgehog, all these cute little woodland creatures. That's the tree. And this little kid, he went to the tree and he zeroed in on this one white owl, the stuffed owl, and he was transfixed by this thing as soon as he walked into my house. And he's looking at it and he's just like, owl, owl, hoo hoo, hoo hoo. I'm like, yes, the owl says hoo hoo. That's so cute, that's so cute. But he just kept going back to it, kept returning to it. And then at night, Christmas Eve night, he says goodnight to everyone. He's like, good night, good night. And then he walks to the Christmas tree to the owl ornament on the tree. And he's like, good night, owl. And he walks off. Oh my god. So cute. So that, when they were leaving, obviously, I had to let him take the owl ornament. You can have. And he was so excited. He got to keep the little owl. I know. So cute. So cute. He took the little owl and he was just like holding it. Like he would not let this thing go. Yeah. I bet he loved Nora. Yes, he did. Nora is so sweet. Nora is a big cuddly cloud. She's so gentle. And he was hugging and loving all over her, and Nora just loved it. Nora would give him little kisses on the cheek. And she loved the attention, and she's the most gentle dog I think I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. He already has me in his pocket. Oh my God, I know. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm gonna spoil him super bad. But I can do that because I'm the aunt, so. Yeah, he loved Nora. Tallulah kept running away from him, of course, because he's like running at full speed towards my cat. He's like Naruto running, chasing the cat all around the house. But actually, Tallulah let him pet her a few times, which I was surprised. She did let him do that. She let him hug her a little bit, and she's just sitting there like, mm. Like, I'm tolerating this, but I'm not happy about it. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to be thinking of all kinds of cute little things that he did. But man, it was so sad when he left. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Oh, there was a thing where my brother bought him this sand that he could play with. It's like in between Play-Doh and sand. So it's kind of like Play-Doh, but it's sand. And I was playing this game with him for so long where we were just playing the sand. I'd make different shapes with the sand and stuff. And then Christmas morning, or no, it wasn't Christmas. It was yesterday morning. He woke me up, like goes into my room where I'm asleep. And he's like, so gentle, and tiniest little hand tapping me. Hey, I brought you sand. Sand. I brought sand. He has a box of sand. He's like, here's sand. Box sand. And like, I just open my eyes and the first thing I see is this little kid with a box of sand. He's like, sand. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's so cute. You can't even be mad getting woke up. Cause I'm just like, he did not pour it on me. He did not pour it on me, but he could have. I'm like, good morning. Let's play with the sand. It's like, good morning. It's the kinetic sand. That's right. Tallulah knew is just a nice kid. Cats, yeah, I think cats know. They have that knowing. Yeah. Foxy, so adorable. Ovaries exploding. Oh my God, I know. Like, maternal hormones are, like, firing off. Oh my God. He's just so dang cute. The restraint shows he really cares. He's actually really well behaved. He's really well behaved. Such a sweet little boy. Dang. That first cat was so damn patient with me. Yeah, I do think cats can sense that, like, it's just a kid. And we'll tolerate a lot. Did your ovaries explode? Yes. Yeah, especially when they left, right? Came back. It's quiet. And it's so sad in my house now. Like, little kid's gone. I look at the tree. I see the owl's gone that he took because he loved it so much. And I'm just like, I see his little box of the dinosaur toys that I got him just sitting there empty. And I see the sand everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God. Must resist. It's so freaking cute. I went over to my parents for Christmas dinner, and my grandmother, who's 94, left her purse on the floor. The dog grabbed her depends out and ran around with it. Oh my God. Wow. That is horrible, but funny. Do they live especially far away? Yes, they live in Taiwan. So this little kid is speaking Chinese and English. like interchangeably. And I'm learning Chinese from him. Like, I actually learned a little bit of Chinese from talking to him. Hold on, let me double check. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So we were playing with the sand, right? The kinetic sand. And at first I was making the ball to give to him. I'm like, here's a ball. And he's like, ball, sand, ball. And he would give me the sand to make another ball. Because he couldn't really do it. But he watched me make enough balls with the sand that he decided to try to do it. But he doesn't have the motor skills yet. So he's got the sand and he's like, and he would just make like a snake. And I said, oh, snake. And he said, da bien. Which means poop. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it does kind of look more like that. And my brother told me, because at first I didn't know. I was like, da bien, what are you saying? Then my brother was like, oh, he said it looks like poop. I'm like, well, I mean, true. It kind of does. And then we went to have breakfast at a restaurant. And we sit down and his mom got some sausage. She ordered some sausage. And I'm sitting there and the kid, he points at the sausage and says, da bien. And I'm laughing my ass off because now I understand what this word means. I realized he's just pointing at her sausage and said, da bien. Yeah, I know. I can hear him. I heard him say to his mom, will you eat da bien? And I'm like dying of laughter back here. Yeah. But it's horrible. It's horrible. I shouldn't be laughing because the kid sees I'm laughing and then he thinks it's even funnier because I realize it's funny. And so he starts saying it more. And the mom is looking at me like, he repeats what we say. I'm like, oh. Yeah, it was it's hysterical. Yeah. My brother was laughing too though. You gonna eat that? Poo-poo. Meezer, thank you so much for the 49-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah, but his mom is super sweet. We get along really well. Snowberry Moon, thank you for the 10-month resub. Is he not allowed to laugh at things that are hilarious? Well, it's rude, right? I mean, it's rude. You shouldn't be encouraged to point at people's food and say, are you gonna eat that shit? He's super funny. He's super funny. Yeah, like when we were making the he was giving me the sand to make the sand balls. He would just pour sand in my hands so that I could make it. But then he thought it would be funny to, like, instead of giving me enough, instead he got like literally one particle of sand, like one speck. A speck, like you could barely see it. And I'm like, there's not enough sand. And he died laughing. He's like, oh. He realized he hasn't given me the materials that I need to proceed with the game. Yeah, he's got a sense of humor. Why do you think? He's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, but then again, I mean, I'm pretty easily entertained as well. Why do you think people think their aunts or uncles are weird? It's because we're manipulating our nieces and nephews to do things they're not supposed to do without understanding. You just look weird, but you know you won't. Well, it makes sense. You know, I spent my life driving my brother crazy, so it only makes sense that I continue to do so. What the hell? I said your food looks like poop 1,000 times and never found it funny. And some kid rocks up and steals my joke. And it's hilarious. To be fair, Eyes. He didn't say that my food looked like poop. Okay, so that's why it was funny. If he pointed at my food, it would have been different. Though he did steal your joke. That is true. I know you do like to say that. Zeiss doesn't like to say. If you don't know, Zeiss, God, he's actually ruined some foods that I eat. If I've eaten it on stream and it looks like it looks like excrement, Zeiss will absolutely point that out. The one food that Zeiss really messed up for me, where I can't even eat it anymore, is it's the bean soup. There was a bean soup that I ate on stream one time, and I was trying to eat it, and Zeiss in the chat is like, "Oh, it looks like poo-poo water." And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, I'm like, "Oh my god. It do be like that." Now I think this every time. I can't eat that kind anymore. Like, I can eat the lentils, I can eat the chickpea one, but the bean one, I don't think I can eat it anymore. I'd have to be super hungry. Dustman, thank you so much for the 3 gift subs. I appreciate that very much. Arbazami, thank you for the 24 months resub as well. Thank you. It looked like duty. Oh my god. Thorgal, thank you for subbing also. It does. I don't like beans. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they're right. It does seem like that. Boo-boos. Do-doos. But yeah, I had a fantastic Christmas, and it was so wonderful in every way. Of course, it was very difficult at the same time because mom's gone, you know, this was really hard. But having kids around actually helps a lot with that. It helps a lot. I think that's why my sister and brother didn't take it as hard as me. It's because they have kids. And for me, it's just really depressing because it's like, you know, mom's gone and it just sucks. It just sucks. But having the kid, it definitely makes you, you know, think it helps you focus more on the moment, like right now. Yeah. You ruined eating giant pickles for me. How often were you eating giant pickles? You weren't eating giant pickles. That was one time. It makes a big difference at Christmas when you have little kids around. I know, because, man, I remembered, like, maybe it was last year or the year before that when I was in Seattle. And I had probably the most depressing Christmas ever. For whatever reason, like, I wasn't able to go home. I don't remember why, but there was a reason. And I was in this little tiny apartment, and it was, like, gray and rainy. And I didn't have anyone over, and I was just alone, and it sucked. It sucked. And like, this was a million times better. Just having a kid there and have Santa and everything. Yeah. It just, man, it was so nice having that kid there. Dang. Flomo, thank you for the 1,500 bits. Wow, thank you. Awesome. Cress, thank you so much for the 36-month resub. I do appreciate that. I will tell you though, even in the years where the Christmas was really depressing, maybe especially in those years, the streams helped so much, man. The streams, the Christmas streams especially, I couldn't do it this year because I was hosting my family. But the Christmas streams, like, massively rescued my mental health in those days. God. It was so good to have the Bun fam there. Yes. Streams help us a lot, too. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. I mean, it's the Bun fam through thick and thin, you know? I don't know if I'll be here on New Year's yet. I need to hear from my sister if she's gonna come in or not. I don't know, but if she's not, then I'll stream. Yeah. But, what else? That's it, really. It was awesome, and I'm sad they're gone. Oh, there was one more thing that happened to them I want to tell you. So they're driving back, and, yesterday, well, today, it was last night, actually, they drove back. And there was massive tornadoes in the path of where they were driving, and it was super, super freaking scary. There was like a huge tornado on the ground on the highway where they were going, like in the path of their drive. Like they were on an intercept course for it, and I watched weather streamers, and I called them. I was like, "Oh my god, you need to pull over now," because that is how crazy close they were to this tornado. It was insane. They thankfully they listened to me and they pulled over for like 15-20 minutes for the tornado to pass. But I saw it on the radar. They sent me their location on Google Maps, and I could cross-reference that with the radar that I was watching, and they were very, very lucky to stop when they did. It was super scary. It was super scary. Like their timing could not have been worse. But thankfully they took time. They just waited at a gas station just outside of the danger zone for the tornado to pass. Yes, I was watching Max Velocity stream last night. Yes. She, oh my gosh, she was super scared. My sister-in-law, super scared because she's from Taiwan. Like she's just not used to this kind of weather at all. I was really glad that they made it. They made it in safely, though. Yeah, I'm glad they're okay. I always watch Max Velocity. Weather streamers are it. When there's an emergency weather situation, the weather streamers are the place to be. Those are the ones to watch, really, because they have the up-to-the-minute latest information and latest Doppler radar, and they can just look at it and read it and tell you exactly in the moment what's going on. You know, you don't have to wait like you have to with the Weather Channel. You know immediately if you just watch the stream. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love Max Velocity is great. Ryan Hall, y'all, is great. Yeah. You have to be careful of the fake weather channels. Yeah, honestly, I just watch those two. I really don't need any others. Those are good. But you're right. There's plenty of people who do not have any meteorology credentials and then try to act like they're a professional in there. You first heard of Ryan from me? Yeah, Ryan, he only goes live for like the biggest, craziest weather events. Max Velocity though, he's always online. Like he's online almost any minor thing, he's gonna be online for it. So yeah, Ryan Hall's amazing. It's just much easier to follow. Yeah, in fact, I might be watching them today because it looks like that same weather system is coming here to Florida. So there's a minor tornado risk today, I think, for me. I'm looking outside my window right now, and it's pretty gray, and looks like it's about to pour down raining. So, yeah, there might be some tornado risk today here. I'm gonna have to leave. Okay, see you later, Nick. Have fun. Have fun with your girlfriend. Should do that and give the opposite weather projection of what really is gonna happen. Every day. Yeah, actually, it's... Actually, no, that's not a good idea, but in principle, I see where you're coming from. Gives such bad information that people are like, damn, I need to actually find the correct source. But knowing how people are, people would just be like, oh no, this is the guy who's really telling the truth. Because he's the one that's not saying what all the professionals are saying, so he's really giving us the truth. This would backfire so badly. That's just, you know how people are. He's not a scientist. Weather streaming is the future. Absolutely. The chat allows for real-time updates, crowdsource information. So true, Night Coffee. So correct.